Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll recap a memorable postseason run for the Bulldog hockey team, along with the Bulldog men's basketball squad. And we'll start first with Bulldog hockey, and joined by head coach Bob Daniels. And Coach, welcome back to the show.
Good to be on, Rob.
Congratulations. An exciting postseason run here for the Bulldogs. Finished in the final 8 of the NCAA tournament for the third time in 5 years.
It was just a terrific finish to really what was a very good year. And you know, you look at the different goals we have, and we always start off every year with the first one, make the playoffs. And you know, people at home listening probably wonder about that, but we're a 10-team conference. Only 8 teams make the playoffs, so you start with that. Let's make the playoffs, and then number 2 is let's get home ice, which we did. Number 3, win and get to the WCHA Final 5. We did that, and then you know the next goal is to win that, and we did that, and then obviously the NCAA tournament. And so you know we would have liked to. You always say this. I always do, anyways. No matter how it ends, you always say, well, God, if we could have just won one more game, and one more would have put us back in the Frozen Four and back to Tampa Bay. And you know, I'm sure if we'd have done that, and I would have said, well, just get to the final game. And so you're never quite satisfied, but you know, it's been a few hours now, a few days since the loss, and you know, you start looking back and say, you know what, that was a pretty special year.
Bulldogs on the heels of winning the Broadmoor Trophy as the WCHA Final 5 champion. You draw St. Cloud State in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, and a very good opponent in that first game.
Boy, are they ever. They were number 2 seed coming in. Quinnipiac was the number 1 seed, but St. Cloud, they were coming off of winning the NCHC playoff championship of their own, and so they were on a hot streak, and it was you know, a tough opponent, and really proud that we were able to prevail in that game.
As we go to some of the highlights of the game here at the Xcel Energy Center, the Bulldogs will get off to the good start as you get the first goal of the game here in St. Paul.
Yeah, well, the first thing we saw there, Rob, was some of our fans getting on a fan bus and making a long trek, and I just want to take this opportunity to say how much we appreciate you know, the support of our administration, our faculty, our students. You know, it's terrific when we have an administration that really supports not only the hockey program, but they support all the student athletes, all the programs, and then you've got the professors that really go bend over backwards to make sure we're missing some classes, that they get the classwork to the kids, and then our students that are such great fans. But anyways, yeah, you see us here. You know, we jump out to, I believe at that point, a 2-1 or, yeah, 2-1 lead at the end of the second period. Big goal for us.
Big goal right there from Jared Van Wormer. Had a great night for you. We'll see him score the game winner later on.
Yeah, we see, you know, him and Gerald Mayhew. That our top line really did a great job. Here's a goal to put us up 3-1 by Kenny Babinski. So when you've got your seniors, your top, you know, your upper class forwards having a weekend like they did, good things are going to happen for us.
3-1 lead, but St. Cloud will come back here and pull back within a goal. A very explosive offensive team.
Well, you know what? That was a goal scorer's goal right there. That, you know, we looked at that after the game. What could we have done differently on the penalty kill? But there's not much. And then, yeah, you see Gerald Mayhew scoring a big goal on an assist from Jared Van Wormer, and it puts us in really. You're never comfortable, but it gives us a nice lead going into the third period.
4-2 lead, and you'll need that lead as St. Cloud will come back here with a couple goals in the third period to get back in the game.
You know, both these goals, you know, you got to give St. Cloud credit. They score goals by the bushel basket all year long, but both these goals are just kind of, you know, pucks that one would bend off the backboards, that one off our own defenseman. It's like, ugh, really? But, you know, the reality of the situation is they're a great team, and they capitalize on any fortuitous bounce their way. But here, 18 seconds into overtime, great play by Jerry Mayhew, shot, and then the rebound by Jerry Van Wormer. You know, big. That'll always go down as a big goal in my mind, because that any time you win a game in the NCAA tournament, especially knock off the number 2 seed, that's a big deal, Rob.
You get the victory here, night number 1, and advance onto the West Regional Final in St. Paul, and taking on Denver in the second game. Talk about the mindset going into that regional final.
Well, geez, you know, this game, it took a lot out of us to beat St. Cloud, and then to win in overtime, you invest a lot of emotion in it, and you know, so going into the second game, it's a much more business-like atmosphere, and it's a quick turnaround. We've got one meeting to game plan and scheme for St. Cloud.
The Bulldogs taking on the Pioneers here in the second game of the NCAA tournament, and Denver will jump in front first, but a game where it seemed like every time Denver scored, you were able to answer.
Yeah, that's right. And realistically, the first period, Boy, we were just holding on. We'll come out 2-2, but they carried the play in the first, and it was really we were really fortunate to be tied at this point. You see their goal by Gerald Mayhew, Van Wormer. What a weekend they had. But we found a way. You'll see in the highlights here. We'll find a way at the end of one, even though we really were outplayed. We find a way to be tied 2-2 at the end of one, and I felt really good going into the locker room. I said, okay, we kind of got that out of the way, and I was hoping for better as the game went on.
Here in the period, the Bulldogs with a goal from Corey Mackin got a good bounce here.
Yeah, that was an equalizer, and he did. He's coming around behind the net. You're going to see this very same play later on the power play. He was trying to throw it cross crease back to Gerald Mayhew, and it went off of one of their defensemen's sticks. So, we are tied 2-2. Here's just kind of a broken play by us. They hit a guy up the middle. They scored, but we played a much better second period. I thought the play was pretty equal coming out of that period. We're down 3-2. Yeah, with the trip to Tampa on the line, I felt pretty good going into the third period. And we get on the power play here. You can see the play, it develops on the side, down to Mackin, below the net again. He's rolling out, and this time, they're watching him close. He finds Schemper in the slot all alone. A great play, a great finish by Kyle Schemper.
That ties the game back up, and you're all knotted up here with less than 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, and we end up getting. You're going to see Denver's going to score here, but we're down inside of 5 minutes. It's 3-3. They score, and then from here out, we're going to press. We obviously want to get the equalizer, and we start taking chances, and the game kind of gets away from us at 6-3. But it was 3-3 inside of 5 minutes with a chance to go back for the second time in program history, the Frozen Four, and it's hard to blame the guys for pressing to try to get the equalizer. But boy, we really, I was really proud of the boys and how they played this weekend.
Talk about your senior class, the leadership they provided, and the great finish you had here this season.
Yeah, you know what? These kids have come a long way. You think back to when they were freshmen, and I remember the banquet that year. A lot of the guys, the seniors got up and spoke, said, I don't know about this freshman class, but they were young and immature at that point. But boy, they came on, and they really gave us an awful lot to be proud of. Plus, you had Simone Denis, a fifth-year senior, added some more maturity. And we're going to miss these guys a ton.
Third final 8 appearance in the NCAA tournament in the last 5 years. We'll talk about what that means for the program moving forward.
Well, it's our third conference title in 5 years. It's our third NCAA tournament appearance. It's another 20-win season for the team. We finished. It's funny, we were not ranked once the entire year in the top 20, and we've climbed to number 14 now. And, it just shows you what a good playoff run we had and what a great finish. And you know what, there's a lot to be learned from this year's team that we'll always remember about sticking to it, staying with the process of just worrying about getting better each and every day. And so these guys are leaving quite a legacy. And the senior leadership, our captains, terrific job this year.
Well, Coach, congratulations again on the great run here in the postseason, and thanks for being with us all season long.
Yeah, thank you, Rob.
That's going to do it for this segment of Ferris Sports Update. We'll be back with more right after this.